The personal relationship between Emmanuel Macron and Donald Trump is better than anyone might have at first expected. Granted, their policy positions couldn't be more opposed. Macron is an avowed globalist and a liberal, not to mention a defender of the international world order. Trump, by contrast, has largely sought to define himself with his quote-unquote America First platform.
I will always put America first.
And in general, a much more isolationist approach to foreign policy, although of course recent events such as the strikes in Syria might complicate that picture. But despite these obvious differences, Macron and Trump have a strong personal rapport, so much so that many have speculated that France may supplant Britain as America's partner in a new quote-unquote special relationship. Trump and Macron apparently spoke every day in the lead-up to the coordinated strike. Macron even claimed it was he who had convinced Trump of the necessity to intervene in the first place. It had at first seemed as though Trump and Macron would struggle to get along, especially after the climate change issue burst into the foreground, with Trump withdrawing from the Paris Accords and Macron declaring in English,
"Make our planet great again."
A clear play on Trump's campaign slogan. But the two appear to be working very well together, even despite their obvious disagreements. A lot of this seems to bank on testosterone, as evidenced by the first handshake the two leaders exchanged last year in Brussels. Trump respects strongman politician, and Macron is ultimately a strongman politician, albeit one with more progressive views. Under the terms of the French Constitution, he holds a considerable amount of power already, and he has next to no opposition in the French Parliament. Most of the time, he gets his way, and he forges ahead with whatever he decides to do. We're seeing that now in France, where Macron has enacted sweeping reforms to the public sector and has refused to back down in the wake of crippling strikes that those reforms have engendered. That uncompromising rigidity is a point that's often lost in the innumerable portraits of Macron as the last standing globalist, and it seems that Trump responds very well to that.